Welcome to Junk Journal Mayhem at Studioloo.
It's day 13. Today we are playing with a food box. So, what have I chosen? I just grabbed something out of the recycle bin this morning as I was leaving the kitchen to come down here, and it's this honey bar box. These things are like so awesome. They're like slightly my little addiction treat. They're these like nut bars with all of these like it's like salted caramel that kind of it's very light, and it just holds all these nuts together. So yeah, they are yummy. So it's got this fun hole in it, and it's like it's a wraparound. So if you were doing a 3D project, you could do something fun there, but I'm not. So I'm going to just bend it this way, and I'm going to use the window at the front here and then sort of decide how big I want this to be. So I'll get my chopper and we'll chop the flaps off first. And then we'll just trim a teensy bit here. There are days when this chopper just does not want to cooperate. There we go. I'm not sure. Oh, it was mad because it was having to go through this thing. This bit of thickened card. Just peel it right off here. There we go. So now we sort of have an option, right? We can make this a single kind of piece, or we could make like a booklet. And I'm thinking a booklet might be more fun. We haven't done anything like that yet. So first things first, we need to cover the front of this, and well, all of it really, but the front I want to make kind of the decorative aspect of everything. Yeah, okay. So I grabbed a couple things. I decided I want this flicker woodpecker to be my focal point, because we have a flicker woodpecker that hangs out in our backyard and taps away on my wood cutting stump. And then, in the interest of using up things that I have far too much of, we have this. This is a wall, or not wallpaper, a textile sample book. So I need to find something that's going to go nicely with my woodpecker, like that won't blend in too much and will also look kind of nice. I'm tempted to use this. It's really pretty, but I'm not sure. It's probably not thick enough, right? If we're going to go with this whole thing. And I may change my mind here. I may not, in fact, do a booklet. I might just do a front card thing. So that one's a maybe, just because I like it. Even though it's not like nature-y, that's actually nice too. And you know, I'm thinking because I'm using fabric, this upholstery fabric, it's actually not too thick. I don't know if I'm going to want to make a booklet because it might be too thick. Well, that's nice too. That might be cool. Because it's leaves and I just kind of like the modern color. Let's go with that. I don't want to like flip through this whole thing. It's really not necessary. We are not going to recreate the wheel today. Oh yeah, these things. I hate these things. I don't think I can get this pulled out in any kind of reasonable way. So I'm actually just going to cut this right off of here, because that would require a great deal of destruction that I just don't have time for right now. Okay, there we go. So let's just try to cut this here. There we go. I got this at Scrap in Baltimore. Such an awesome recycling center and just a good Baltimore community place. I can't wait to go back to the US to go and visit it again. It was a lot of fun. So what I want to do, this is actually pretty decent paper. Got some fun stuff on the back here too if we do decide to make a booklet. Is this wide enough though? Oh, I cut a second piece off apparently. Well, that's fine. Could use that for something else. If this isn't wide enough, I'm not going to do a booklet. I'm just going to do... Yeah, it's not. Okay. I don't want to be stressed out by the need to do a booklet. Okay. Clearly, you know, this can be used for backing something, so I'll just keep it in my scraps. Okay, so then what I would like to do with this is decide where I want the coverage here. I'm thinking I really like the green, and I have to do this in a way that I consider what will be seen and what won't. So like that will give me a little bit of leaf, and this will give me a little bit of green, which is kind of what I want. So let's just go ahead and grab a pencil, and we'll draw around the inside window. And then the outer box. Okay, so now we know where to cut. When I'm cutting my scraps these days when I'm making a project, I'm trying to stay with like nice shapes that are not weird. Like, you know, that can be used. Something that's like this is more work when you have to deal with it later. So I just want simple, sensible shapes. Okay, there's that. And then we need to cut out this inner piece, and I'll do that by just starting it by folding like that, and then you can pop your little scissor in there and kind of go around. There we go. So now we'll put this on the box. Okay. So let's cover this with some glue. Just glue stick, because we will be stitching. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch around this middle piece here and the outer portion of the box. I should just note this particular fabric I can still see the packaging through, so I'll have to consider that as I work with this piece, but I think it'll be okay. I've got some ideas here. So we're stitched. Okay, so now I need to figure out the focal point here, and I think what I would like to do with this I have a couple options. One, this can just be a journal card with him popping out, or this could be a separate journal card that comes out of this pocket that gets backed in some way with something writable, and I'm thinking I like that idea best. So that means this needs to be its own standalone journal card. And actually, while I'm at it, I think I'll also cut out these bits from this same page. The berry of the poison ivy plant is included in the autumn diet of the yellow-shafted flicker. Wow, they eat the berries from poison ivy. Brave. I guess they've got good digestive systems. Bring on the nightshade, I guess. Okay. Why doesn't the woodpecker ever get a headache? Slamming its head against a tree as many as 100 times a minute and accomplishing this task hundreds of times a day, one would think that the woodpecker's head would become extremely sore. But this is not the case, for unlike other birds, the hard-pointed beak of the woodpecker is connected to the skull by a sponge-like rubbery tissue which has tremendous capacity to absorb shock. Pretty cool. Also, can someone please put all of that in all of my joints? That would be great. Okay, so now we need to just set these little bits aside, move this over here, and back this with something fun. Actually, we could back it with the rest of the packaging, I think. Is it big enough? Nah, not when you have this part. I think we can't get the whole... Nah, I want the whole thing. Okay. Need something like folder. My favorite thing ever. Okay. Although these folders might not work because it's got this backing. I need a regular folder. There's one. Oof. Sorry. Okay. Now we just gotta see, will this fit in here? Let's just trim that down a bit so it's not annoying. I'm sure it would have, but why make it more of a deal than we need to? Okay, good. Yes, like that. Then I'm thinking I would like to ink this up. Let's get rid of the glue page. We'll use it to kind of cover that bit of like writing, but I need something else. Some of this mulberry paper, I think, will add. Oh, I have to fill this bottle again. I totally forgot. I think I've been saying this for 2 weeks, and I'm just wondering how the vapors of glue that are left in here are still coming out. I don't know. Oh, I gotta get this big... Look where I glued that, right on top of like some kind of a stone or something. Let's get rid of that. Some wild paper here. All right, then... Yep, that'll be fun there for sure. And I'm going to glue it on with Fabri-Tac, or actually 3-in-1, because it's going onto the fabric. Okay. These glues out of the way, then we'll ink the edge of this. Then I think I want to take, where did I put it? Here it is. So I've got this big roll of jute, and I was thinking a little about texture when I started this project, and that I would like some interesting texture, because we got to create one more mayhem level, right? We can't keep it simple. Okay, oh, there's Van Gogh's ear. Let's put it back in. Okay. So we're going to wrap this around inside the hole, go inside the hole with this, and then to the back. And we're just going to tie a knot. It's a simple flat knot. Okay. And I will glue it down with, or tape it down with some contractor's masking tape. I don't want it whipping around. I want it to stay put. Okay. Then I'm just going to basically thread it through and just wrap it randomly. A bunch of fun kind of wraps. A bunch of times here till we use it all up. Just going to fill in this white space a bit. Purposely crossing it over and changing directions. Just don't pull too tight or you'll warp your package. I just really want to keep it over in this white space. And don't worry about it being bulky or anything. I'm actually going to stitch across it again, so don't even worry about it staying adhered. Okay, so let's just glue the other, or tape the other end down, just to secure it until we can glue, or sew. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to go stitch across this to just hold it all in place. So I have blue thread in the bobbin, sorry, the front of my machine, like the thread, and the bobbin is black. So I actually stitched this upside down. So I would get the black stitching on the front, because that would give me kind of another fun design element, being the stitch witch that I am. And then I did the blue, so the regular kind of, you know, this is the top thread around this on the front. And overall, I just like the texture and the fun that this has given me. So then I have this piece of mulberry paper here, and what I would like to do with this as a final piece of ephemera, I think, is glue it on here so that it is glued down, but I want to have it backed, and I want this to be a pocket. And then I also think I would like to use this as a flip, so that when I put this in a journal, that's like, it'll be a flippable page. So there's a couple options you have here. You could create a pocket up here or on any one of these sides, and then you could layer something else right here, you know, a piece of fabric even, or a piece of paper, and that would create a separation. So this pocket would be here. And then behind it, you know, you would seal that down on its sides, and behind it you could have another pocket. But I'm just going to keep this sort of simple because I just want to, and I'm going to glue the whole thing down. So it's just going to be a flip out with one pocket. But I know there are many of you who like to do lots of flips and flaps and pockets and things, and I do too, but I just kind of go back and forth. Some things can be more complicated than others. So I'll just glue this down, and then I'm also going to glue here above this, but not at the bottom because the bottom's the pocket. That's where I want my bird to go into. So let me just glue this down right. I'm going to go right up to the edge here. I don't want to leave any extra space. I just want it on the edge. Oops. And I used 3-in-1 to glue this down just because it's a nice heavy duty glue and it's got fabric, and we've got this, you know, on the back. I just want it all to be well adhered. So while that's doing a little drying, I'll just trim up the top here and get the extra mulberry paper out of here. And I think I'll also cut off this little bit there that sticks out against that seam. Then find where we want to fold this, I think about here. That will create my flip. And then, you know, I think even though I've glued this, I think I'm actually just going to go stitch it, because if you look right here, I think it's having a little trouble at just fully adhering in those gaps. So let's stitch it to be safe. Okay, so I just stitched the bottom. I didn't need to go up the sides again because they will adhere. It's just paper to paper, fabric to paper. So now we can put our little flicker in here. And there we go. How fun was that? So definitely look at your food boxes a little differently, maybe as you're sorting out your recycling and trash and things. And just think about what something's potential is, right? Who knew that this could happen, right, from just a food box? But yeah, I now have a reason to buy more of those honey nut bars. I'm just looking for the other piece of the package. I guess I've shoved it over here. Oh no, here it is. So yeah, I still have this left. I could make another flip if I wanted to, you know, and I have this fabric here. So like, use your stuff, I guess is what I'm saying. There's so much fun to be had out of these things. So thank you for joining me again. I'll see you tomorrow for more mayhem, and have a great day. Bye for now.